All right. Hi, Kathy.
Bonjour, comment ça va?
Oh, ça va bien, hein? Et toi?
Je parle un petit.
It's perfect.
I'm Kathy Grant. I'm the founder of the Legacy Voices Project, which documents and digitizes Black Canadian military history. I was born in Montreal, the daughter of a Second World War veteran from Barbados who volunteered to fight. And before he passed away, he said, Kathy, I want you to continue the legacy of documenting and digitizing our Black Canadian veterans.
Often, when I was reading the articles, I saw that you were mentioning your dad. And can you talk more about that and why is it important for you to tell his story and their stories?
Well, growing up, it was always about the discipline that he learned from being in the military. And he surrounded himself with a lot of veterans from Montreal that volunteered from the West Indies. And before he passed away, he got the War Museum to agree to have a plaque to honor the West Indian veterans. So there's a plaque in the War Museum that honors them, but he passed away less than a month before the War Museum opened. So he never got to see it. So
Sometimes archives are institutionalized, and I'm wondering, since you shared stories about your family and your dad, do you feel sometimes like a sense of like lost because now all these archives are detained by institutions? How do you feel about that?
oh, I feel if it is preserved once it's in an institution, but once you have access to it, I know that they're more liberal now, so you can actually go to Library and Archives Canada or you can go to the War Museum and you can come with your camera because with the digital age, you can take pictures of the artifacts. So until they digitize it themselves, you can go and do it yourself. So, so I tell people with technology today, don't wait. Because sometimes when you go and you donate your material to an institution, it doesn't see the light of day for like eons and eons. And I tell people if you're going to donate, digitize first, unless you know that they're going to be digitizing it. And once it's digitized, anyone who has access to the internet can view it.
Is it crucial for you to have Black voices preserving and sharing these stories? Is it important to have the community telling their own stories?
I think it's important that we tell our stories, but also there are individuals who are doing it now. There's someone by the name of Dr. Cheryl Thompson who is out of this TMU, it used to be Ryerson. So, and another person, John Savajati. So they have like a building of Black archives. And then through Cheryl, so she went to all these institutions across Ontario and she identified where these records are.
I read a quote by Bell Hooks in her book It's I, a Woman, when she was saying that when Black people are talked about, the focus tends to be on Black men. When women are talked about, the focus tends to be on white women. So we wanted to know more about the role of Black women during the war effort, during the war, and what are the contributions they made, and how can we better recognize their involvement.
So mostly in the Second World War, a lot of the women got to go to munitions factories. So they used to be a lot of domestics, but they got to go and work with the general population. They were able to have, like I say, daycare at these munitions. So they were able to make a lot of money where before they used to be just domestics. So a lot of these women have shared some of their stories. Their children have gone and donated these records to whether it's like Library and Archives Canada or the War Museum. And there's also been interviews that have been done with some of these women. And so,
looking ahead, what are some ways your work can be supported to ensure that this vital body of work continues to thrive in the future?
funding helps, but also, like I say, reaching out. Like there's a lot of, not a lot of people understand First World War history. Like there's historians, and then there's also military historians. So there's a lot of clubs that we reach out to, individuals through social media who say, you know what, we want to help, or how can we help? And it's a passion of theirs. So if they say we can help, we utilize their services. So sometimes they're teachers, they're retired. Sometimes we need someone to just go and translate cursive because there's so much rich information in those files. And I know with the digitization of the records from Library and Archives Canada, they have about 50 different files. So sometimes there might be one that has like 200 pages. So we go out to the Black community and say, of these 200 pages, can you identify the top 20 or the top 25? And then we just pull out the top 25 that are most impactful, and we send those out to teachers because they don't have time to read 200 pages. But we know, because we've been working with these files for like a couple of decades, so we know what each file is. And also engage youth. Engage youth in doing the research. They have them pull a file from Library and Archives Canada and just almost sometimes film walking through the process. I find that students today are very visual, they're very hands-on, and give them the opportunity. I know that I'm in love with history. I tell people, you know what? History's my husband. And but you got to pass the torch